Hello friends, and welcome back to Mothership. Today we're going to smoke up our very own homemade Honey Mustard Chicken BLTs. Let's get started. First thing that we're going to do is some cleanup. These are bone-in chicken thighs. I'm going to take off some extra skin and fat, and then I'm going to take the bones out of these, which basically I'm just going to cut along the bone. And then just pull off anything else that doesn't look too appetizing. That looks pretty good. And then we're going to complete that for all of our chicken thighs. Now what we want to do is get together our milk mixture, which is going to be a whole bunch of milk, an egg, sugar and salt. And then I'm just going to go in with a healthy dose of Siracha. Any hot sauce will do, but just get some in there. And then just completely mix it together. And then I'm just going to take all of my chicken thighs and completely submerge them in here. I am going to let them sit in this mixture for about an hour or two. And then we will come back and get them all breaded up. Chicken has been left to marinate for a couple hours. So now it's time to actually bread up our chicken. To do so, I'm going to take all of our flour and our dry spices, give it a nice mix together. The process we're going to do here is take the chicken, coat it in our breading, put it onto our mat, move them all over, and then we're going to do it a second time. Afterwards, we're going to put the chicken onto a wire rack and then back into the fridge to let it all kind of congeal a little bit before it actually goes onto the smoker. Basically, what I'm talking about is we're going to take one of our breasts and then just kind of toss it on top, take it out, put it on your mat, complete everything, and then do the same thing again, but this time dunking the chicken into the milk bath before, obviously, we give it its flour. Now, obviously, other than making a big mess of your kitchen, these look nice and pretty. Let's put them in the fridge. Okay, our smoker is up to temp at 350 degrees. We're going to smoke it here for probably about 35 minutes. I did put some tinfoil down below to catch any of my drippings, which obviously did not work. But we're just going to let it do its thing, and then we'll come back in about 35 to 40 minutes, like I said, and then we are going to start basting it down in olive oil or butter, whichever you prefer, to really crisp up that skin. I think it's about time that we throw together a honey mustard. To do so, we're going to take our mayonnaise, our Dijon mustard, our honey, apple cider vinegar, and a little bit of cayenne pepper. Give this a good mix together, and then into the fridge to let this congeal a little bit, and it's going to be perfect on our sandwiches. Our chicken thighs are crisping up just nicely. I have been spraying them down with olive oil, and the temp on these is somewhere north of 180. Some of these are closer to 205, which is about the upper limit I want to cook them. So I think it's time to pull them. I'm going to put them in some tin foil, and that'll continue to let them cook a little bit more, but most importantly, the exterior is nice and crispy, which is how I want them. So I'm going to be honest with you guys, I am a huge fan of honey mustard. I love a good set of chicken tendies, and my go-to is always honey mustard. And this particular recipe is fantastic. It's got a little bit of kick on the back end with that cayenne pepper, and it's really yummy. The chicken is perfect. Using chicken thighs versus chicken breasts means it can take a whole lot more heat. So when we're doing it this way, when we want to get a crispy exterior because we're kind of going with that sort of fried look, we definitely need a little bit of extra heat than going to the traditional 160 you'd have to do the chicken breast. So chicken thighs are the right way to go. I smoked up some bacon for this as well. And a trick I learned a long time ago, maybe from like a Martha Stewart website or something, was to use parchment paper that you would use for baking cookies and just lay your strips of bacon on that at 400 degrees, 15 minutes, it's perfect. There's no need to try and fry it up or anything. Honestly, just throw it on that paper, throw it in your smoker or your oven, and it comes up perfect every time. All that being said, it's time to give it the old chomp. If you're wondering about plating, I did lettuce, tomato in small pieces, and I'm using King's Hawaiian like I always do. So it's time to give it the old chomp. This is the pub food style sandwich I was looking for. This is a great meal to go with a beer, watch a game, do whatever you want to do. You could have these at your backyard barbecue. You could make them in slider form or full sandwiches. Super yummy. We're really going to enjoy these ones tonight. The chicken is very juicy and just a little bit of breading on there, which is what I was trying to go for. The bacon is great. Cheddar cheese. The The honey mustard is fantastic. I'm gonna add even more to these. Guys, I really like this one. You guys should definitely give this a try. It's not the longest cook. It takes a little bit longer with a little bit of the marinating and stuff, but it's definitely worth it. Let me know down below, guys. What do you do with your chicken? Do you make your chicken sandwiches on the grill? Do you smoke them? Do you just buy chicken cutlets and then just toss everything together last minute? I'd love to hear what you guys are doing. Obviously, all the YouTube jazz, like, comment, subscription. Let me know what you guys are cooking up next. And as always, cook something fantastic, guys.